What is up, everybody? These are my last four watched on Letterboxd. We'll start off with Ip Man. This was a second viewing for me. I saw this probably around 10 or 11 years ago, and I really enjoyed it the first time around. It was just an excellent martial arts movie. I had seen a lot of buzz about it on Reddit at the time, and my wife and I I think it was last weekend. Oh no, it was New Year's Eve. My wife and I decided to watch it just on a whim, and I told her that I really enjoyed it and I thought she would enjoy it. She is not somebody that particularly enjoys a lot of martial arts films. She's usually a little bit more picky when it comes to that genre, and she really liked it as well. And I think the choreographed fight scenes and the cinematography in this film were just absolutely stellar. And it has a lot of heart. And, I think my wife and I found a lot to really enjoy in this movie, as far as like just little things that, maybe don't translate too well into the subtitles, or even just little things to kind of make fun of in terms of, the Ip Man and his wife and his child and the dynamics that they play. And literally it ends up being something that he needs to rely on. Obviously, it's a martial arts film. I don't want to give away too much. But if you haven't seen it, definitely recommend it. I have not seen Ip Man 2, 3, or 4. I'm not sure if there's a fifth. I have not seen those yet, but I'm looking forward to it, especially for the fun I might have watching him fight Mike Tyson. RRR, I think that's how you pronounce it. There's a lot of this movie that I'm going to just butcher, so I'm really not going to try out any names here. But my wife and I also really enjoyed this film. Also, we watched this following Ip Man, and just an absolutely over the top in all the best ways. The story had a lot of heart. It had a lot of emotion. The dynamic that the two main characters played at opposite ends of, essentially throughout the whole movie, opposite ends of society, becoming best friends. And it was really, really wonderful to watch. It was a lot of fun to watch. And for a 3-hour movie, there's really no time wasted in a lot of ways. And, I don't really know the history of this film, but in a lot of ways, a lot of it really felt like this could have been a mini-series, just because it was so long. And the way there's parts that just are broken up in between. But it really felt like it had that length to be a mini-series. And it was something that, if this were another film, I think that there would have been time wasted. I think that there would have been a lot of, just fluff that didn't need to be there. But I really felt like everything that was big and explosive, the fight scenes, the drama, everything was earned in this movie. And I really suggest, if you're into foreign film, if you're into, I don't know if this would be considered a Bollywood film, please correct me if I'm wrong, but if you're into Indian films, I highly recommend this. This is on Netflix. RRR. Flushed Away. I had avoided Flushed Away for a very long time. I remember seeing the trailers for this years and years ago. In 2006, I was just not on the radar of Aardman Studios, with Shaun the Sheep and Wallace and Gromit. Just something I overall ignored for most of my life until I watched Shaun the Sheep with my son just a few years ago, and I've been sucked into their creations, and I really enjoy a lot of their animation now. Flushed Away is one that, to me, as I said in my review, is like a really long PS2 cutscene. I think, I don't know why they strayed away from the claymation for Flushed Away, but it was just okay. I think it brought it down a notch. This probably could have been a 3.5 to a 4 for me, but for the most part, I really enjoyed it. I think the humor was spot on with Aardman. I think they were. There's some really solid gags. There's some really solid jokes and bits in this movie. I think the trailer that I saw in 2006 didn't really sell this movie very well. And I think Flushed Away is very funny. There's some, again, just some great parts to it, great characters. And I think if you enjoy Wallace and Gromit and Shaun the Sheep, you're really going to enjoy Flushed Away. Give it a chance. I think it deserves it. And today, I went on a field trip with my class to go see the Spongebob movie, Search for SquarePants. Somehow, my school goes every year to go see a movie. This was the first time I went to go see a movie with my class. And I would love to just blame my students for the fact that I didn't enjoy this movie, but that's not the case at all. I actually felt like I had, even though most of my students were, talking during the movie, you kind of get used to that as a teacher during movie screenings. But I just really feel like this one falls flat. I've really only watched the original SpongeBob movie, the one that Steven Hillenburg had a part of, and that's really it. This just falls flat, and it really lends to a lot of the newer humor in SpongeBob. There's really not a lot to enjoy for adults in the same way I can go back and watch those initial seasons of SpongeBob. There's innuendos in the movie. It's nothing that really SpongeBob is a stranger to. It's maybe a little bit stronger these days for some reason. I don't know what the deal is there, but it's really nothing that I would say kids today, for better or worse, aren't watching on TikTok or YouTube Shorts. The animation's fine. I mean, it's really nothing to write home about, but it's really like not as good as like the initial SpongeBob movie, right? 2D animation, just fantastic. This is just, it's whatever, right? The best I could say for it is it's not AI slop. They clearly worked hard on it. I mean, there's some really great scenes. There's some really great sequences in this movie. But just overall, for a SpongeBob movie, humor-wise, you could skip it. I don't think you're really going to miss anything. But those are my last 4 that I watched this week. Please let me know what you think of these films. If you've seen them, if you agree with me, disagree with me. If you think I don't know what I'm talking about, please let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Please consider subscribing, and catch you in the next video.